Hi, I'm Alex, the Director of Sales and Logistics at Stonemaier Games, and this is Expeditions, our brand new game coming out this September. It's a sequel game to Scythe, so brand new game, same world, same artist, same designer, but with Expeditions, the story of the game is that in this 1920 plus steampunk world with giant mechs, meteorites have fallen in northern Siberia, and falling, they awoken an ancient evil. So there is an element of almost like Cthulhu-esque vibes going on, mostly visible in the artwork. But each player is leading an expedition with their single large mech to try to uncover the evil, figure out what's going on, find some technology. Gameplay-wise, it's very similar to Scythe in that the goal at the end of the game is to have as many coins, have more coins than the other players, and the game ends when a player places their last of their 4 objective tokens after completing objectives. So scoring and that big picture of the game is very similar to Scythe. The actual gameplay, though, is very different in that you're moving a single mech around a board. You're gathering cards and workers to build an engine. Gameplay-wise, let's go here. You have 3 different actions you'll be doing. You'll be moving, you'll be gathering resources from the location on the board that you're at, or you will be playing cards. And on your turn, your cube will be up here covering one of those actions, and on your turn, you will move it to cover one of the others, and you'll do both actions that are visible. So every turn you're doing 2 out of the 3. And then whenever you run out of cards, you need to get them all back in your hand. You take a refresh turn, you just move your cube there, you don't do anything. But on your following turn, you get to do all 3 actions. So you're essentially only missing half of a turn when you refresh. So gameplay, you're moving your mech around the board, you're gathering workers, you're gathering cards. These cards are allowing you to do things like some of them are quests you're trying to complete. So a quest, you have a location number, and it's a modular board in 3 different sections with 20 locations total. So in this case, you might be going to a location 4, which is visible on the southern side of the board. And so if you move your mech there and you complete the quest, you take this card, you spend whatever cost is there, you gain the benefit, and then on your player board, you slide it under the board, like this card here, and then you're scoring. You may recognize the heart symbol from Scythe. That's the popularity symbol. So the more hearts you have, the more quests you've completed, the more your stars are worth for points at the end of the game. So it's a very similar scoring mechanism to Scythe, but a completely different gameplay to get there.
How do you build this the space for game here?
Yeah. So you can see
randomly, or
it's a little bit random. So on the base camp here, you have south, central, and north, and they're going to have this setup every time. But you're going to shuffle all of the southern tiles, and you're going to place them randomly face up. And then the central and northern tiles, you will shuffle and place them face down randomly. And then over the course of the game, you'll be moving on to locations, and you'll flip the tile over and discover which one that one was. So there is a discovery element going on there, though. So some random, but some controlled randomness.
How many players can you?
1 to 5.
And the complexity, what you rate it for?
I would say it's a medium, medium weight game. Pretty. It's a very slightly lighter than Scythe. I think it's easier to learn than Scythe. It's less overwhelming. You put Scythe on the board with everything going on, it feels overwhelming. This is a little bit easier. I'm just I'm moving, or I'm gathering resources, or I'm playing a card. It's a little bit easier to get started. But then once you understand the game, the combo building, the complexity, the race element, it's all very similar to Scythe.
And the playtime?
For new players, I would the more players, the longer the time, of course. I would never recommend playing 5 players your first time. I would say the same thing for Scythe. It just takes too long. But for new players, 3 to 4 players, it'd be about 90 minutes.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely, glad to.
Great.